Hey guys, I wanted to go through a couple of questions that I'm seeing coming up pretty frequently about different categories. If you want any help, just reach me at info@thebrandbuild.com or my cell phone to go through step-by-step instructions. If you are applying for a category, there's a pretty simple step to go through. So I took kitchen category. Amazon approval, and that's what I typed in. There's a category explanation here for how to apply. Now, in that category, there's going to be a subcategory of one of these areas that you could fall into. Now, as an example, on Amazon a few months ago, we got this ski rack up. Now, as you can see, we're been slow growing it. We're up to five figures, which is nice. But the product, and you can see how our rating is with our Helium 10. But as you can see, the product specifically has different sizes. To get approved for this, we actually had to get approved for the automotive category. So even though this is a storage device, it is something that frequently was used as a car rack. And so you had to get approved for the car category, even though this is not, and it's based on a home. So in that process, we had to submit paperwork essentially showing what that we had, everything kind of lined up, and we were not, in fact, in the car category. And so that was auto category approval, Amazon. So when you're looking at these, request approval, if you have an account set up, you can request approval on a seller forum and it'll automatically log you in. You'll put in your email address if you're the manufacturer, et cetera, et cetera. That's what we did for this, for the auto category. And we sent in documents showing, the label, that this was a home good, and that we didn't need anything specific for the auto category because we weren't going to have any specific auto requirements. Now, one other frequently, so for this person's kitchen category approval, if they just typed in kitchen category Amazon approval, they're probably going to be the gourmet food section, right? The grocery and gourmet food section is probably what makes the most sense. They're going to go through, they're going to submit live photos, clearly displayed. And you could have a live photo of the product next to the product in the packaging, the model number, which is going to be, you would probably want to include the UPC code, as well as if there's any sort of additional SKU or number on the product. And then they're going to want to see a picture of the brand name that's with the product name as well, and then physical address and whatnot. So on a lot of these food items, like I'm going to take salsa as an example because I've done this for a client research. On a salsa label, you will see, I think it's Mateo's. So let's look at this. So here's the brand name, right? Everything you need. On the back, they've got to have their physical address. There's the product, right, code that you're gonna also type in your seller forum, and then I think that's it that they wanted. So you just go through, you do this checklist, you upload both of these images, right? You just need the two, and then provide any additional comments, put in your emails, hit submit, and then you might want to, once the case is created, you're going to want to go into the help section and see if you can escalate it. Ideally, you're more likely to get a US person between the hours of 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I would call somewhere between 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. to try and escalate this case. Now, another frequent category that I've been working on a lot is Amazon sellers pesticide. This is a category if you have an air filter, if you have something for a garden that includes any sort of this is something that you could fall into as the beauty category. Obviously, as a light bulbs could fall into this category. So there's a lot of things that could fall into this category. You have to have a bunch of EPA registrations and different types of goods. It might fall into the dangerous goods category depending on what's in it. So there's different things that you might have to have in this category. Contact me with any questions. The next one is the sports category. So approval, Amazon. So I go through here. Health and personal care. So in here, another way to do it is to create the item, and then once you've created the item, you can switch categories. This is helpful if you're, this can be helpful and unhelpful, right? So in the pesticide, I recently had like a UV scenario where they got flagged later as a UV product. And so even though they went through the pesticide exam, it removed that product entirely. You might fall under, so the wholesale invoice. So it looks like wholesale invoice is going to be a piece. That is the invoice from your manufacturer of where you're getting your items specifically, with like addresses and whatnot. So you're going to have to upload that. A lot of times if you submit a seller support forum case, they'll send you the specific links for how to get approved. This is great. They walked through some different options in the sports and outdoors for getting into the sports category. So depending on what your product item is, we'd have to look at specifically. I could do a video for any of these people on this. Get approval on a subcategory, pictures of the manufacturer, contact information on the label. We just walked through with the Mateo Salsa, the manufacturer contact on the label. They want to see pictures of that on the item. If you have the item in a box, then it also needs to be on the box. So as an example, let's see. I was just looking at something like this. So if something comes in a bona fide box within, so like some people for hemp oil, and we all know about hemp oil. For hemp oil, a lot of people are putting these items in a box to help protect them further. the box also needs a label similar to a dietary supplement. So if you have any questions around, like you'll see this box, that box also needs to have the same information on it. So that's a perfect example of what you would want to show as far as labeling requirements. Please let me know if you have questions about that, and I will reply with this as well as the video that I'm creating right now. Feel free to ask any other questions on this video or this. I'll link this in the description, and yeah, also happy to help any of you with individual issues. So thanks so much for asking.